Okay.
Hello viewers, today is Sunday, November 24th, 2024. We are here to discuss about the Day 3 Test 1 India versus Australia Test match at Perth. We have with us Mr. S.N. Sukumar again. Mr. Sukumar, thanks for joining today as well. It looks as though that India is on their way to win this first Test match. The two batsmen did a very good job, Virat Kohli and Yashasvi Jaiswal, to get us to a significant score in the first innings, and then India declared, second innings rather, and then India declared, and then they also followed it up with a good bowling performance by picking up 3 wickets, including the night watchman Pat Cummins. So that said, I just want to seek your opinion and analysis on Day 3 of this Test match.
Yeah, to start with, India's performance on the Day 3 is totally in favor of them, especially the batters who done extraordinary work at the crease, accumulating huge amount of runs in the sense, and mainly due to the two partnerships they have worked on, especially with Jaiswal and Kohli, and then followed by Kohli and Nitish Kumar Reddy. So these two partnerships really made the Australian bowlers searching for wickets. But what I was surprised was they were not going for the plan B bowling style, in the sense they could have tried some other things, like bowling short to Virat Kohli, making him hook or pull, or bowling well up in the Yorkers or something. They didn't try so many things there. They only relied on restricting our batsman, bowling Nathan Lane for quite a long time. He has bowled about 39 overs totally. So totally they did not try many things. In the sense, so that way it helped Indian batters. So though the conditions were very sunny there, I believe. So these things actually even surprised us for declaration, in the sense, because 2 full days are there for the Test matches, and to gain the advantage of the work done by the batters and put the pressure on the Australian batsmen, India declared around 20-25 minutes earlier, and then did really the purpose behind declaration, and then got three good wickets. Especially Bumrah style, the Bumrah bowled was on stump to stump, unlike the Australians who was always looking for nicks. So in that way, Indian bowlers have also done a very good job taking the two important wickets, including the night watchman. The captain himself, he came at the crease as a night watchman. And then India is in a very, very strong position. And they are the part to give a 1-0 lead in the test, 5 match test stages.
Yeah. So talking about the batsmen, and the two main batsmen on Day 3 for India was Yashasvi Jaiswal and Virat Kohli. Yashasvi Jaiswal yet again had scored a very big 100. That's a very good sign for the Indian cricket, especially coming in to open the innings. And he's an youngster, and this is his first overseas tour in terms of the Sena countries. And he had really done very well, and that should be a good sign for the Indian cricket moving forward. And then talk about Virat Kohli. I mean, we always discussed about Virat Kohli in terms of Australian conditions. This is the place that he really loves to bat. He likes the pace and bounce, and he's able to score runs reasonably faster here because the ball comes onto the bat. In a lot of ways, he is like Sachin Tendulkar in Australia, because Tendulkar also likes to bat in Australia because the ball comes onto the bat. They can get good runs. They can get more boundaries because they can play those shots, and those shots will pay good dividends in terms of number of runs that they can score. And so he's just like Sachin Tendulkar when it comes to batting in Australia. And he did a very good job, I felt, because a lot of people are talking about he's aging and he's not scoring runs repeatedly. And I think he's kind of silenced everybody by scoring 100 in the first Test match itself. That sets the stage for this series, right? They cannot say that Kohli is not in a good form. The next Tests onwards, I feel that Kohli will do even much better, because you'll have a lot of confidence going into the next Test match. So what do you feel about these two batsmen in particular from a Day 3 perspective?
Yeah, and from the perspective of the third Test play, Virat Kohli actually took the advantage of the earlier partnerships made by KL Rahul and Jaiswal, around 200 runs partnership, and then he really made up his mind to get use of get the opportunity going in his favor. and he has a very temperament. He didn't play many shots away from the body. Even the driving was also very close to the body, and he has a very high temperament and the stubborn mind to stay at the wicket for a longer side, which was badly missing in the home series, I believe, because he was also playing across in home series, but now ball coming to bat, as you said, he was always bang on, and he was also running the singles very hard. In fact, he took 30 singles in his 100. So that shows his hunger for runs, and then his fitness also is proved. Mainly when the Nitish Kumar Reddy came in, he got the energy to just go for the runs. He prepared to that, was just pushing. Pushing in the sense, was getting runs almost on every second ball. But when Nitish Kumar was banging, 3/4 he got in the first 10 balls, I believe. Then thereafter, he also took the signal from the dressing room, and then after getting his 100, he's a very, very happy person, and he would have really satisfied fans of Kohli in the Australian and all over the world. Even I was very happy for him, in fact. Talking about the Jaiswal, I'm really surprised that he couldn't get his double 100, because he already got 2 double 100s in his 4th test century. And but all of them are more than 150s. In that way, if he's going to stay there, of course, even after getting out short ball, he hit straight to the point fielder. So he was always disappointed for that matter. But game is such a way that when you give a chance, under that to straight to a fielder, you have to get accept and just push on. And even the technique he has showed in the first innings. So in fact, he got a blob in the first innings, got it because fourth slip. He was positioned specifically for that push. Then the second innings, he definitely got rectified. He was moving the field right across, much better than the first innings. Maybe he could have been nervous in the first, but given his form and his temperament and his style of hitting runs, despite it being a test scene, because there is no fear of failure in this youngster's mind. So that will make them get a lot of runs. And if he's going to be given, in fact, he was given 2 chances. He was dropped in the second slip by, I don't remember the name. Second slip was dropped, and there was also one glove down the leg side chance, but there is wicketkeeper couldn't reach. So those 2 chances, if they have grabbed, things have been different. But still, he was playing his shots. That shows a good sign for the Indian middle order's morale, and things to follow in the coming for minimum balance of 4 test series. 4 matches to come in this series. Sorry.
So also coming to the bowling side, I think Bumrah bowled exceptionally well after declaring. They took the crucial wickets of the debutant, and then they took the wicket of Labuschagne. I think Pat Cummins, I think it's a night watchman. It's not something that we need to really worry about, because he's not going to score a lot of runs on this wicket. But nevertheless, the 2 important wickets they took were the opening batsman, and then they took Labuschagne. So India as such is in a very good position to win this test match on day 4. If Australia needs to do something better, the only thing that they can hope for is to see if Khawaja and Steve Smith play at least till lunch without losing their wickets. That is the best thing that they can hope for. I don't think they have any chance in this test match, but to salvage any pride, they need to play at least till lunch and then take this match to the 5th day. That is the only best case scenario for Australia. That's from my viewpoint. What do you think?
Yeah, that has to happen. There is Australians taking the game to the 5th day. Definitely, there should be a good partnership in the category of Jaiswal, Rahul, or some Virat Kohli, Jaiswal. Such, if those partnerships are missing, I don't think we can go that far. But they are capable of getting a big partnership, especially Steve Smith. He got a golden duck in the first innings. He might try to salvage his status as well. And there's a partnership as you propose, as you mean. There could be a partnership later in the later order also, because it all depends on how they put the innings in. If they're going to play shots, I don't think they might take the game to the 5th day.
Yeah, more importantly, I think they cannot afford to lose one more wicket in the new ball. These are the 2 best players in new ball, Khawaja and Smith, because if they can't basically play against Bumrah, Siraj for the first 12, 14 overs, I think we are looking at winning the test match by tea time on day 4. If they have to stretch that beyond that time, it's very imperative that Khawaja and Steve Smith play up, at least up until lunch. That's my view. Otherwise, I don't think that they have any chance. And even if they do play well, the best case scenario, as I mentioned, is taking it into the fifth day, which is highly unlikely, but it's quite possible if Smith and Khawaja plays well. So coming back to our bowling, if that happens, let's say that they were able to counter Siraj and Bumrah in the first session up until lunch. Do you think Washington Sundar will come into the picture big time post lunch or maybe by tea time? If these batsmen from Australia were able to hold on and lose only 1 wicket in the first 3 hours of play or something like that, do you think Washington Sundar will have a role to play in this test match?
Yeah, he could have the role to play because we may not be an exceptional top quality spinner, but he is a person who just bowls stump to stump. There are some rough, weak spots, soft spots around off stump because of the bowler's footmark. He could bowl it tightly, but when you play sweep and all, you might stop it, or when you defend all, see, he can just give a couple of wickets, but he cannot run through. As many people expect to because just Australia getting all out for 90 or 100 or even 150. He is not such a type of bowler to run through a side frequently, but he can be very tight because he's a tall action. He can bowl on the stumps quite nicely and fluent.
But he is also more like Nathan Lyon, not like Ashwin, right? He's not a big turner of the ball. He doesn't turn that much. Washington Sundar.
No, he's not a big turner of the ball, but he can also be on the right because his height. He can hit the spots that could hit the pads. See, in international cricket, many bowlers will try to hit the pads only because if you hit the pads, if even umpire disagree, they can go to DRS and get this software verdict. So the Ashwin also tries the same, but even Vashi also will try the same to hit the pads first. If he's not going to get that hitting the pads very often or be giving width to cut, then he might be giving some loose runs. That's it.
I brought Ashwin into the conversation is for the fact that Ashwin flights a little bit more, so he gets a little bit more purchase from the wicket, the bounce and the turn. Whereas Washington Sundar is more like pushing it through. Even Nathan Lyon, if you look at it, he's not flighting it too much. He's just pushing it through. He's expecting the bounce and the variation, right? He has got a lot of variation. He's expecting the bounce and the variation to help him, as opposed to the flighting the ball, making the ball turn, and then getting those edges, bad pad catches in short leg or whatever. But I think if the Australians, it's a big if the Australians play well in the first session, I personally feel Washington Sundar will come into the picture in the third hour or just 45 minutes before tea or something like that. And he might have to bowl 15-20 overs if they bat well. I still doubt if they bat well, but if they do bat well, I think Washington Sundar can come into the picture.
Yeah, Washington Sundar is going to come into the picture, but first of all, as you said, the top order has to bat well, then they have to cross the first session. And later on the second session, Washington will definitely be, because bowlers will be tired and his role as a spinner will be utilized to larger extent because he's a lone spinner. There is no other spinner in the team. So in that case, as Australians relied on Nathan Lyon, the Indians also will be relying on Washington to just hold one and up. And then if he's going to be cross-button shot, the sense sweep, reverse sweep, these things are going to be applied against him. They might give a couple of 3 to 4 wickets they might get. Because approach to the batsman is very important. Intent, approach. Both are very important.
Now let's look at the wicket. I mean, the wicket has slowed down, in my view, considerably. It's not doing much at all. Maybe if you hit the rough or something, you might get some purchase for the spinners. But generally speaking, the wicket from the first day wicket to the third day wicket, it's a vast difference. I mean, it's not doing much at all. India has to make use of the new ball. Other than that, I think if the ball loses its shine, I think it's going to be a kind of a docile wicket, a typical fourth day wicket in Australia, where you can play your shots. There is no movement, lateral movement, and so I think that is the only thing that might help the Australians to bat little longer. I don't think they can bat out the test match, but they have a potential to bat longer. That's the only thing I think will happen, or might happen rather.
See, my observation was the wicket has slowed down, as you rightly said, and the bounce also has come down. It is not the question of going over the top and all. It is only first day scenario. By second day also bounce has come down. Third day bounce has still come down, and fourth day ball will come low only. This is evident from the dismissal of the debutant Swanskaya. He just struck right at the middle stump with the ball slightly kept low only. Kept level is not scooted, but it was slow to his expectations, because Australians will always like to play on the up and then they will wait. But that doesn't happen. So our bowlers always bowl up to some only will bowl. As I already told you, they will only look for the hitting the pads dismissals, and also they will, as Bumrah and all, he used to even bowl Yorkers also. So that case, India's advantageous position even for day 4, and if they pass through the first session without losing, then the game may go till tea at 1 hour after the tea.
Okay, so it looks as though that India is very well positioned to win on day 4 itself. Let's wait and watch, and we will come back to you with another episode. Thank you so much, Mr. Sukumar, for coming again for this program, and let's try to do the analysis of day 4 tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Suresh. Thank you so very much for the opportunity and patiently hearing my views. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.